The Frenchman parted company with Real Madrid last May after guiding them to their third successive Champions League triumph. Los Blancos have been a shambles since Zidane's departure, sacking his successor Julen Lopetegui 4.5 months into his reign. Former Real midfielder Santiago Solari succeeded Lopetegui on a temporary basis but has failed to turn things around. Real President Florentino Perez has grown tired of the team's poor displays and shocking reinstalled Zidane as the club's manager this afternoon. Zinedine Zidane is the new coach of Real Madrid, a club statement read. The Frenchman returns to the club, where he has made history as a player and as a coach. With him on the bench, the team has started one of the most glorious eras of the legend of the best club in the world. In its 2 years and 5 months, the Whites raised 9 titles, 3 Champions Leagues, 2 Club World Cups, 2 European Super Cups, 1 League and 1 Spanish Super Cup. Real's statement on the departure of Solari read, the board of directors of Real Madrid, meeting today, Monday, March 11, 2019, has decided to terminate the contract that linked Santiago Solari with the club as coach of the first team and, at the same time, Real Madrid has offered to continue belonging to the club. Real Madrid appreciates the work done by Santiago Solari and the commitment and loyalty he has always shown to this house. According to Spanish football expert Guillem Balague, Zidane was reluctant to take of Real again, but had his arm twisted by Perez, who has promised the legendary midfielder more of a say in club matters. That's right, Zinedine Zidane will be named in charge of Real Madrid, Balague said. He will take training tomorrow. It should be announced pretty soon. As you said, there's a board meeting where basically everybody will say, yeah, okay. Because that has been decided by Florentino Perez and Jose Angel Sanchez, the 2 men who are in charge of the side. So there's a bit of protocol, so the board has to know about it. But what is interesting is the moment that Real Madrid went through their worst week in history, and there's no other way to put it, everything was lost in 1 week. Florentino Perez decided that a big decision had to be taken. And that meant ringing around to see who was available, what possibilities there were. Getting rid of Santi Solari, that was decided very early on. And they were a little bit surprised and taken aback when Zidane said, no, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Maybe in June, we'll see. But the way to convince him was to guarantee him the authority he demanded in the summer and that he was not given. So he's now in charge of all the big decisions at Real Madrid. Former Real Madrid chief Jose Mourinho was also linked with a stunning return to the Bernabeu, with it being claimed Perez had been in contact with the Portuguese. Mourinho, who was relieved of his duties as Manchester United manager in December, denied that notion earlier this month and insisted he's not been in contact with his old club. In an interview with El Chiringuito, Mourinho said, "You're talking hypothetically. There is nothing, not even minimal contact." Zidane's return to the Spanish capital comes on the back of the worst week in Real's recent history. The reigning European club champions were dumped out of the Champions League by Ajax last Tuesday, suffering a 4-1 loss to the Dutch side. Their humiliating defeat to the European minnows was preceded by back-to-back losses to their bitter rivals Barcelona and La Liga in the Copa del Rey. On Saturday afternoon, Solari vowed to continue fighting for his job, but ultimately was denied the opportunity to turn things around. I give you the same answer as my first day here. We are all passing through here, and the most important for any coach, any team, is the next game. It is an honor to serve this club. These are not assessments I have to do. I'm the coach, and, like everyone, I try to give the best I have. It's not the best moment. The objective is always the next game, always. There are judgments I have to accept, but my job is to carry on. I'm going to give my best, as I have done since the first day I came here. Zidane's first game back at the Bernabeu helm will be against Celta Vigo on Saturday afternoon. As well as giving a greater say in matters at the club, Zidane has reportedly been promised a massive transfer kitty to overhaul his squad. According to The Telegraph, there are plans to spend over £300 million this summer as Perez is keen to bring back the Galactico era. That transfer budget will allegedly be generated from the sales of Gareth Bale and Luka Modric, whose futures in Spain are currently in major doubt.